Good morning. It's still good morning. Um, I wanted to have, I still want to call it girl talk because my audience is actually, I would say women. But however, I have been picking up on getting a lot of more guys on the page, um, or on the site or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but anyway, getting them on there and so fix this. So let me go ahead and do my introduction. My name is Dion, and I am a serial monogamous. The reason why I mention that is because that is the reason why I initially had started doing these videos regarding relationships. I am a lover of God. I am an astrologer, and I would say, a studier and connoisseur of understanding relationships and behaviors within those. So, this is going to kind of be brief, but I wanted to talk to you all about, like, asking for divine guidance in ordering the steps that you take and that you're moving in. And I remember when I was little, there used to be this song, and I loved it when I went to church. It was like, like, Lord, order my steps. And I think about that and I hear that song, every so often, and I'm like, I really believe that. And so I wanted to talk about this experience that I had this morning. And I had set up an appointment with a client or potential client, and initially I had set it for 11 o'clock, and they ended up asking could we do 10. So I was like, yeah, that's fine, whatever is best to work your schedule. And so on my way there, I always send like a confirmation text message like, hey, see you in a little bit or whatever. I'll be, pulling up in just a few minutes. And so I had sent it, but then I was also listening to like some music, so I didn't hear them respond back, within that few little minutes. So I pulled up at the location. I was sitting there for a minute and I looked at my text message. I was like, oh, you know what? Okay, they're not gonna make it. So that's fine, because I felt like, maybe I wasn't, supposed to meet with this particular person or anything like that. I didn't know them. They had called off of one of my ads. And so, disclaimer. So any agents that are out there, anyone that's, doing any business where you're meeting people, if things come up and you just don't meet with the people, just consider it divine, guidance and divine protection, and that, the next person will come along. But anyway, so I was sitting there and I was doing a little bit of paperwork, and then I was like, let me just drive on off. So I decided that I was going to go and get like quick breakfast before I head over here to the office to work on a file. And I had stopped to get breakfast, and I met this lady, and she was just like a true, like, kind spirit. From me talking to her, and from me, just inner, I don't know what is it called. I don't know, conversing about just me, like placing my order and things like that. And so we were both kind to each other, and my spirit recognized her spirit, and and the God in her, and some things. And so so let me go back to the initial thing, is like, making sure that we are open to being divinely guided where God would send us, and where he would have us to go, and where he would have us to be at a appointed time for your day. So I'm sitting there, and I pull up and I talk to her, and my daughter was on the phone with me. My daughter Nicole, she was on the phone with me. And so I was like, I'm talking to my daughter, this is and this. I was like, just telling her some things. So we were doing some exchanging. And so she was like, and I guess she saw something in me. She was like, pray for me. This lady said, pray for me. And I was like, okay. because anytime that anyone asks me to pray for them, I do not be like, oh, okay, I'm going to pray for you, and I move on. No, I stop whatever it is that I am doing, and I pray for those people. So I had prayer with this lady, and we both, I opened my eyes. She was crying. I was crying. We were crying. And she didn't, and I just, I won't talk about the prayer because I didn't know at the time what the need was. But this lady, she shared with me, she was just like, she almost lost her life 3 days ago. And she was just like, something had happened with her. It had never happened before. She's a relatively healthy person, and this, that, and this. And this happened. And, I was just praying for her, and I was asking her, to look at her life like a little bit differently. And that's what I want to ask you all, to look at our life a little bit differently. We do the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and we get caught up in 2 and 3 jobs, going to school, just trying to make things happen. But I really do believe that, like, we have a source outside of our daily work, and like that, $200 you were going to make for the day, Ubering or whatever. Ask God what he wants you to do for the day, and listen, and have your heart open and your mind open, because it could lead you you could be led in a different direction that will bless you. Maybe not that day with the $200, but maybe like bless you later that week with $1,000, or God will put you somewhere where you're needed to encourage someone else. The thing that I thought that I was going to be doing today, showing a rental property, didn't happen and didn't materialize, but I ended up getting more calls after that. But I felt like I was somewhere that I needed to be. I never thought I was going to be at that location getting breakfast. I never thought at that time or anything like that. But I'm open to however it is that God, the universe, and like my source has for me. I move not when somebody's like, how come you ain't here? How come da da da? No, I mean, yeah, I'm laissez-faire. Now, don't get me wrong, and everybody in the world will tell you that I'm constantly late, to things at times I shouldn't be, and that's because I'm like a multitasker, and, I have like ADD. So, in a way, I probably undiagnosed, but I feel like I have it because I have so many things going on, and like I'll be washing clothes and washing dishes, sweeping, talking on the phone, and handling a contract all like simultaneously, doing a little bit here, doing a little bit there. But guess what? It all gets done with perfection. So I thank God that he wired me however he wired me, because I have been able to take care of many things in a short period of time. And so back to the point. And so I just really want, us to be centered in focusing on helping other people, and open to helping other people and giving them some encouragement throughout the day. It never ever fails that someone will open the door for me. I will thank them. We will both come in, and I'll say, how you doing today? Whether or not it's a man or a woman, how you doing today? And they'll be like, oh, such and such, this, that, and this. It may be good, it may be bad. And then I'll say, oh, man, well, I hope it gets better for you. I'm trusting that things will be better for you. And they'll be like, thank you so much. Oh, my God. It's like people don't even, I have held the door for people, and they just walk in, and they don't even say a word. They don't even, so, I mean, it's just like offering kindness, trusting your intuition about things, and just really being open to blessing folks. I'm talking about like blessing them, financially, blessing them with a word, blessing them with encouragement. You never ever know if you could possibly be the last person that speaks to someone via phone, via person, via text message. And I promise you, I used to be the person that would cuss a person out. And I just have Lord, I've asked God to please change my heart, change my mind, and change my mouth, because I would go off on people. The stuff that people do to people nowadays, and they think that they're playing somebody, they think they running game on people, personally, relationship wise, business wise, or whatever, will get you cussed. For me, it used to get you cussed out. It used to get you immediately cut off. And I mean, my cut off game is so strong that it scares me. Which, of course, astrology, Sagittarius have a stellium in Sagittarius, Mercury in Sagittarius. I mean, all kind of Sagittarius placements, and I do not have a problem with cutting folks off. I tell people I will hug the pillow all night long and cry, but I'm not gonna put up with whatever it is you got going on. Now I don't cuss them out. I still kind of do the cut off, but I don't cuss folks out, because you have to think about, you are dealing with a living being, a living spiritual being. And when I say you're dealing with a living spiritual being, that is something that God has created, whether or not you like it, you want it, or you desire it anymore, or whatever. So you should not drag and tear it down and talk about it and mentally abuse it and verbally abuse it. Okay, leave the person alone, move around, do whatever it is that you need to do. Don't cuss folks out, because sometimes they are cursed by what they have done, so you don't need to cuss them. So I'm just saying. So anyway, I just wanted to say that I thank God, for giving me this opportunity to be able to talk to people. I hope that, this message reaches you, and that your heart is open, that your heart is pure, and that you are open to listening to the divine about having your steps ordered. There's something about having order in your life. There's something about having organization in your life. There's something about being grounded. I'm not a whole person that quotes a lot of things out of the Bible, but I do believe that, we don't need things any longer. We're getting to an age where things should be built on solid ground, like a good foundation home, about not built on sand and this, that, and this. And so I just wanted to pour into you, and you can leave a comment, or if you have any questions, and y'all can always find me on another platform and ask me anything that you'd like to ask me. I'm pretty open, I'm pretty candid, and I'm pretty blunt about how I feel about things. My girlfriends and friends will tell you, if I feel like that there's just not something for them, and it's repeated, and they're constantly, telling me the same things, I usually tell them, you know what, I may not be the person that you need to talk to about this, because I'm going to let you know. And they usually let me know. I'm okay, well, here it is right here, because such, because then that's when I get reckless. But I don't get reckless to that particular living being, but I get reckless to their counterpart about what's really going on and what's up. And I'm telling you, I'm 1000%. I'm talking about I'm 1000% accurate on my intuition and my beliefs. Now, you may ask, oh, well, why is it that you're not married or anything like that? Well, I've been married before, and I'm kind of feeling my way about what I need to do about things. And so I wasn't always accepting to my intuitiveness and other things that I have to be able to see things. I wasn't always open to that. And so we'll get into that religion and all that type of stuff versus common sense and common practices that we have been blessed with. So I want you to have a great day. Thank you so much for listening, and bye.